Joining us live is New Zealand's Deputy Prime Minister Winston today. So, Winston, good to see you today. Thanks for your time. Before we get to your local matters, as a keen observer of foreign affairs, how are you feeling about this trade war with China and how it might affect our region?
Well, I think everybody's asking that question, but you've got to ask the most important question: who's in control of the American decision-making? And that's their democracy, and they've had an election, and that's the way it is. So we should get ready to do our best to survive it.
Are you concerned about increased costs, increased prices for not just our businesses but our citizens?
Well, look, before we overreact, let's find out what it all means.
Okay.
And wait till it does happen, if it does happen, and ensure that we in Australia and New Zealand can get ourselves the best possible deal going forward.
Just another beat or another note on Donald Trump. There's been a whole series of executive orders this morning from the White House. There's another day, another executive order. He's withdrawn the United States from the UN Human Rights Council, as well as a funding ban from UNRWA. Is he right to do that in your view?
Look, we don't interfere with other countries' politics. We don't interfere with Australian politics or American politics. It's their decision.
OK, well, on to our politics. We've got an election around the corner. Do you see any drastic changes potentially between our two great nations, whatever the result of our election around the corner?
Well, I hope not, because we need each other. We're very, very close friends, have been for a long, long time, and we're good for each other, which was, you know, the arrangement we had in 1982 with the closer economic relations. We've gone from strength to strength. And it's important, before we make any decisions, either in New Zealand or Australia, we think about our friends and how it might land there.
So we're going to ban that Chinese app DeepSeek. That's what our government's going to do. Do you suspect that you'll do the same?
Look, we're not going to be making announcements on this program. Our job is to quietly and dispassionately analyse the facts and do what's best for New Zealanders.
OK, so not yet anyway. Maybe later. We'll see. OK, finally, 185 years since the signing of the Treaty of Waitangi. Your Prime Minister has been criticised for opting out. Should he be there?
Well, he didn't opt out. He's going to the same celebration, but in the South Island, and other Prime Ministers have done that. I mean, what's gone wrong here, that a critical document that was signed tomorrow, 185 years ago, is often misinterpreted and so much politicised, and yet we should be here, and the mass majority of people today are commemorating and celebrating this arrangement, and we're not going to go back on it.
OK, so he will be there in some capacity.
Well, all over the country there are celebrations like this one right here at Waitangi behind me, where this first happened, but all around the country, you know, in local areas and local body areas and local government areas, they are also holding their own celebrations. And in past times, Prime Ministers have been there and not here, because you can't be everywhere at once. And yet some are saying that he should be both there and here.
OK, Winston Peters, we'll leave it there. Thank you. We'll chat again soon.